Okay, I just now hit the record button, so we are going back in. We're right where we lifted. I basically I haven't even gotten up from my recording session, so this is just part two. So now we're going to see the final one is a Warzone contract, and that's perfect because for Warzone you do need to extract, and I left one of my swifter mechs in reserve. So this mech here is pretty fast for an assault mech, but still also pretty dangerous. Now what we're gonna do is bring in probably these guys, and I'm not gonna bring the, we're just gonna go in slightly underweight on this mission. Well, not slightly, like, about 40 tons underweight, which is not ideal, but I'm pretty sure we could still do it. I think that we'll still be fine. The main reason we don't want to bring the Annihilator is just because it's too slow. It's not, and I don't want to pilot it. I'm willing to let someone else pilot the Cyclops, but yeah, no, it's just too slow. Well, other thing we're gonna do is we're gonna swap out this pilot because I want a pilot that can actually gain skill in missiles. See, these two pilots need missile EXP, but they're going to be supporting me. All of these mechs are the same speed too, so when we need to extract, that'll be fine. So, yeah, we're gonna jump in with a decent tonnage disadvantage, but I have a feeling that we'll still be able to do this because this Cyclops is also pretty deadly as long as I can get my aim down.
Attempting to withdraw from this area and need us to screen their retreat. We're to link up with the remaining friendlies, screening the retreat.
Enemies right off the bat.
The enemy forces as long as possible. We have an opportunity for a hefty combat bonus.
Gonna welcome them to the party immediately. Got him. So you'll see here I'm using the AC, or the LBX-AC 10. You can tell the difference by the speed of how fast the projectiles go. That's the end of them. And I really like the cockpit on this. I like that it kind of looks like a TIE fighter. Because, you know, like we're in the Cyclops eye of the BattleMech. That's the end of him. Aim is right on target at the moment. So this mech, you might have trouble telling the difference between the LBX-10 and the SRMs because they both fire in a shotgun-like spray. The easiest way to tell is that the LBX-10, the shots are thinner looking and they travel very quickly. They also do, they're quite deadly too. I really like the LBX-10 AC. Get out of my way. Like right here is the LBX-10. And here's the SRMs.
Destroyed.
That's the end of them. Yep. Even though he's a scout mech, my mech is not that much slower. I can keep pace with him. That's the end of them. Okay, those are just choppers. So far, so good. Got a bunch of light mechs right now. This mech is pretty good at destroying most enemy types of battle mechs, but the shotgun type style gameplay is really nice against light mechs. Reform on me, guys. You're getting like you're wandering off. Oh god, he's like constantly running into me, which is not the best idea for him. But I also don't want him to go critical right in point blank range of me. I'm about to say don't go critical on my face, but I'm like, that sounds kind of dirty actually. Gotcha. Nope, that AC-10 and the SRM, I guess technically an SRM-10 since we have a 6 and a 4 firing together. Alright, get them as they're coming out, no mercy. The moment they drop is the moment they get shot at. And I am just letting this guy, I'm just mashing all the buttons on him right now. Nope, that's the end of him. The AC-10 also has a very quick rate of fire. Like it's got a great rhythm to its shots. There we go.
Really kicked over the beehive.
Running a little hot, but one thing we can do is we can just use the small lasers and the LBX-10 to cool down.
Target acquired.
I'm gonna tell him focus fire on the Centurion. That's the big threat. Oh god, I blew my ally up there. Well, one of those cruddy allies that we don't care that much about. Going for his arm. Using my speed on him right now to kind of just bully him, and I'm actually going to start confusing him instead now. Gotta get away from this guy. Gonna finish this guy off with the small lasers. Really, J. Edgars have so much armor.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Additional tango.
Another thing I like about this mech is that it is a zombie mech. The only weapons in the arms are the two small lasers. The SRMs and the LBX-AC-10 are in the torso.
Target acquired.
Focusing fire on the grasshopper. I'm just gonna dump everything I've got on him, just gonna try to blow him up as quickly as possible. Next target is this guy, focusing fire on him. Got him. Focusing fire on the cicada. That's the end of him. Incoming missiles, thank you. That's just what I wanted. Suck some LBX-AC-10.
Objective is complete.
All right, we're out of here. Rally up on me, and now we're going to try to extract, but they might drop faster BattleMechs that could intercept us, so instead of just purely running away to the extraction, I do find it worthwhile, if we are overtaken by enemies, to stop and fight back. We also earn extra money for doing it, so, for example, they are dropping them in. Yep, we're already under attack. Rally on me, fight back.
Target acquired.
Focus fire on the Centurion. Okay, its autocannon is out. I'm going to begin destroying the other BattleMechs.
Target.
It's down. Not going to work on me, boy. Okay. Rally up F1, F2, and move to the exit.
On your position.
Hopefully this time they don't drop them as close to us. Gonna keep telling them to rally on me. Okay, we can see them on the radar. Looks like it's a light mech and two medium mechs, but I think they're gonna be too far away. This is our opportunity to escape. If you just ignore the enemy, sometimes you can get away with it, but there are other times where they actually just start pounding your guys in rear armor, and you wind up taking a humongous amount of damage as compared to actually stopping and taking a moment to fight them.
Target acquired.
So even though we were 40 tons light, like I said, just the Cyclops is built in kind of a similar way to the Battlemaster. Very aggressive, closes the distance faster than you'd probably be comfortable with from an assault mech. And it also has enough heat stamina to attack and attack and attack and attack. And typically by the time it starts to overheat, it's okay, because you've probably destroyed all or most of the enemies. So we're going to salvage two BattleMechs here. We're going to take the, I think that's the Centurion and a Spider. That eats up all of our salvage shares, but that's going to be a ton of money. Like, we haven't even sold everything. We are going to take it, though. Damage, higher than the first mission, but still well below our damage coverage. No armor breaches. As you can see, I think that went really well. And our allies, even though obviously I did the most damage, that's still really good damage for these mechs. They did like a really good job just because, like I said, the constant volley of SRM6s, it wears you down pretty fast. Look at all this salvage here. Dude, we're going to sell all of this off. Oh yeah, I also have an Atlas. He's kind of in cold storage right now just because I can't deploy that many 100-ton mechs. So I just bought him because I saw him for a decent price, and I'm just basically holding on to him right now. So another thing I'm doing, not just these multi-man missions, I also want to basically, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to be near an area where you don't have to go that far for repairs. So we're just going to jump over here. And we'll actually get our repairs done, and then we'll go and launch a regular defense mission, and I'll show you the Annihilator. Which, like, oh my god, that mech just goes through everything. It's an extremely deadly mech. It does not play around. So let's go ahead and just get all of these guys repaired. Cheap repairs. And it gives you a good reason to go to one of these locations because, you know, you just fought 3 missions in a row without repairs. Everyone needs maintenance. Everyone needs repairs. But this one took a little bit more extensive damage, but that's not a big deal. We still had massive profits on that one. And that I easily could have also done that mission without the kind of damage that we took there. So let's take that on. And there we go. Now we're going to make our profits. Let's actually sell off our cold storage. So we'll sell the spider, the cicada. Look at the money that we're getting. We've got like, what, 1.5-ish million, 1.8 million, 1.5 million, 1.5 million, and 1.8 million. Up to 50,000. So, like, every one of those missions paid us like 2 million C bills plus the salvage we got. Minimal repair bills, and a lot of it is because, like I said, the bonus payment that you get from, you know, multiple missions. The bonus payment is where it's at. So let's see here. Back into the market. Looking to see if there's anything I want to buy here. I don't think so, though. Yeah, nothing too interesting here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head to a level 10 area. All right, over here. I'm going to hit Shasta first. Jump over here. So level 10 is the difficulty that we were doing the story missions at, the kind of that 70-ish, 60 to 70-ish difficulty area. And we're going to run a defense mission, and I'm going to break out the Annihilator to annihilate the enemy. Oh god, they're selling another Annihilator. Do I dare buy another one? I dare to buy another one. I don't care. I will collect Annihilators. Because that's one of my favorite mechs. The King Crab and the Annihilator are 2 of my favorite mechs. So we're going to put the Hunchback temporarily in the cold storage. And then buy the Annihilator. Let me see which version this is. This is the 1X. This is the original, like the prototype. Well, it's not a prototype so much as, like, it's a fully complete mech. But you can see here, this is the original version with the 10 LBX that's got the small pulse lasers, medium laser, small laser. I just swapped all of those out for regular lasers. It's going to go into cold storage, though, which means all of its weapons get pulled off anyways. This mech comes back in. We got to put its weapons back on. Let's just sort by tonnage real fast, because the AC-20 is going to be way up at the top. I'm going to give him this one. Then I'm going to give him 2 medium lasers. No, give him the cheapy ones. Let's max out his armor. Let's give him some AC-10 ammo, or AC-20 ammo. And then some heat sinks. There we go, and now we'll just shave off probably 10 points off the head. We'll shave off some here. Now, a lot of people I've heard recommend to take armor off of the rear armor. I think that's okay for the mech you pilot, but I wouldn't recommend it on the mechs that your allies pilot, and that's simply because they get surrounded very easily, and they do take a lot of rear armor damage. So I do not recommend that for your allies. And that was another suggestion that I was given. And while, like I said, I think it does make sense for your BattleMech because you're smart enough to have better positioning where you're not going to get torn up in the rear. Your allies just do not have that same kind of intelligence. Like, they are not going to be capable of that. So let's go and look for a nice defense mission we can do right over here. Bit of a jump, gonna spend a lot of days. Is there a closer by one? 48 days. No, I guess we'll just take this one. That's fine though. We've got plenty of C-bills to pay the bills. C-bills to pay the bills. Yes, indeed. Okay, so here we are. Defensive mission, 65 difficulty, so very similar to what we were doing in those missions. We're gonna take slightly higher. I want full salvage. I want C-bills. I want about 700,000 in damage coverage because these missions are still pretty tough. Even with the Annihilator, like, we could take a lot of damage. Although, the Annihilator, it will thin them out. Like, I assure you of that. So, we're gonna go in, and our drop weight is 315, so we can actually bring much closer to a full squad. And this guy's almost maxed out. That's really nice. So, let's see. I'm going in the Annihilator, and we're going to bring in a bunch of heavy mechs. You need laser training. You need laser training, and you. So we're actually a little bit short. That's fine, actually. I'm completely fine with this setup. We're only 5 tons short. So I'm going to be like, so this is what I'm talking about. This formation is kind of like greedy. I'm taking clearly the most advanced BattleMech. That's fine, though. I'm the one who has to do the heavy lifting. These guys will do plenty of damage. Like, they're going to be plenty good. But, you know, we're going to send 2 archers in. So he has some missile training. And this is fine. Go ahead and take the biggest, baddest mech, even if it's like a good 10, 15, 20 tons. More, in this case, 30 tons more powerful than your allies, because you're the one who has to do the hard work. So clear sight lines is our advantage here. The disadvantage is that the enemy has clear sight lines, so...
bonuses tied to keeping the facility in working order. So let's be sure
as you can see,
to minimize the amount of damage
this mech is not fast. This is full speed. Welcome to full speed on the Annihilator.
Defensive positions. Prepare for incoming hostiles.
That's what I mean. This mech isn't going to lead the attack.
Triggering at the outer perimeter of our community.
This mech is not designed for that. It has only one good thing, and that is to destroy things, specifically if they get close enough to it.
Hey, stop that!
Commence the attack! I can't quite hit him. There we go. Oh god, we're already doing a lot of damage to the base. The Annihilator doesn't care. The Annihilator annihilates. There is no defense. There is only annihilate. Oh, I'm so sorry. Bring me bigger targets. These small targets are hard for me to annihilate. They're too small. Excellent. Yes. Come into close combat. Are you ready to be annihilated?
Targets destroyed.
Are you ready to be annihilated? You are next. Annihilate.
Damage to the facilities is minor at the moment, Commander. But we cannot allow such damage.
Who shoots me?
Do what you can to
I
drive
will.
away from here.
Annihilate.
Additional contacts just cross the perimeter, Commander.
Oh, what's this? You dropping point blank range with me? Is that the plan? I am not here to save your base. I am here to annihilate you.
Acquired.
I choose you.
Go.
Prepare for annihilation. Who is next?
Target acquired.
You. No, you're too far away. Come closer so I can annihilate you.
Enemy destroyed.
You are small and weak. How dare you offended me.
Looks like you've got their attention.
Be annihilated.
Multiple hostiles incoming on your position.
You know, the funny thing is, even though we're doing a lot of damage ourselves, we're gonna just destroy the enemies so fast that, like, the base should still be in decent condition. You don't want to drop into close range?
Destroyed.
Why not?
Stop. This isn't some Solaris arena brawl. We need everyone focused on the enemy.
You asked the wrong people.
Radio.
What is this? Be annihilated.
The facility is suffering heavy damage, Commander. Get in there and engage as many
You.
targets as you can.
If I could hit you. Fast little pesky thing. Out of my way. You're blocking my shots.
Entering the combat zone's perimeter. Brace for additional
I will annihilate you too if you get in my way.
Go down.
Ah,
Target
you
acquired.
drop on the other side, do you? A marauder. You think I cannot annihilate you as well? You are wrong. I will annihilate. I will annihilate my allies, buildings. I will annihilate everything. I can't actually see where I'm going. It doesn't matter. Be annihilated.
Watch out. That mech is going critical. Enemy
So will you. I annihilate you. Oh, what's that? You have heat problems? You know who doesn't have heat problems? Me.
Destroyed.
Be annihilated.
Target acquired.
Why are you so small and wimpy? Be annihilated.
enemy reinforcements spotted in the area. They look like they're heading your way.
Enemies? Oh, they keep going on the opposite side. You annoy me.
Target acquired.
Prepare to be annihilated.
destroyed our tool shed.
Oh my, your tool shed. Is that what you're worried about?
You might be protected in that mech, but most of my people are not.
You are.
Watch your fire.
Oh god, I was pushing too many buttons. How dare you? You have offended me. Now you will be annihilated.
Enemy forces are on the verge of overrunning this position, Commander. We need to push back with all we have right
There.
now.
The village is
Well
saved.
done, Commander.
I have annihilated. I expect my payment promptly. If you do not pay me within 24 hours, it will be annihilated. Oh, this mech is a lot of fun to use. As long as they get close enough to you. They have to get close enough. I mean, like, the Annihilator, as you can see, it has range, but that's when, like, the spray of the shotgun shells start to kind of widen a bit. So it's definitely better if... It would definitely be better if the base had, like, walls and they were forced to actually get more into close combat. So even though this was technically a bad battlefield for the Annihilator, which is also why I took a decent bit of damage in that, just because the Annihilator is a city fighter. Like, it wants to have, like, buildings block enemy gunfire, and then it wants to, you know, get into, like, point-blank range and blast people. So even though this was actually a less than ideal battlefield for the Annihilator, it's still just, like, basically just vaporized the enemy team. It's like... It was fine. Let's take, I don't think there's going to be anything really worth taking. So I guess I'll just take more, I'll take the SRM-6. And I guess these medium lasers. Sure. So, even though that was a level 10, a higher, like, almost a 70 difficulty mission on a 10 skull area, we only took 243,000 C-bills of damage. So overall, a really good payout. Look at the damage output that the Annihilator did. The Annihilator did and look at how little my allies did. Like, that's the difference. Same BattleMechs, same pilots. When I was using the other ones, they were doing more damage. Now, you might say, oh, well, there's 3 of them, so the damage is split. Higher difficulty mission, bigger mechs. We fought multiple heavy mechs, including a Warhammer and a Marauder. And do you know what happened to them? They were annihilated. And you can see the numbers right there. Like I said, the Annihilator is one of those mechs that it's in the name. There's no, I mean, like, it's a very rare mech, so I guess the typical Mechwarrior would not recognize it. They'd be like, "What the hell is that thing?" Because it's like an extremely rare end of the Star League era battle mech. But it's a very honest mech. This mech has no strategies. It's not going to flank you. It's not going to, like, outrun you. It's just going to shoot you with the firepower that basically an entire this mech has firepower competitive with, like, a medium lance of mechs. Like 4 AC-10s and 7 small lasers. Like, maybe if you had, like, 4 hunchbacks, you know, because those mechs are also specifically designed for combat. But if you had, like, a mixture of, like, common medium mechs, like Shadowhawks and stuff like that, then, yeah, this Annihilator would have weaponry that could compete with a medium lance. It's just an absolutely insane battle mech. And, like, you just need to get your hands on the target and annihilate. So, let's go ahead and fall back to a place to repair. Hopefully there's a nearer place. Place is pretty close by. Yeah, it's like half the, less than half of the price that we were paying. I think we were paying like 400,000 before. So we'll just jump over here to get our repairs done, and that'll be the end of the episode. We will sell our stuff off, and that will be that. I'm still looking for the King Crab. Like I said, the Annihilator and the King Crab are both of my favorite Inner Sphere Assault mechs. I mean, I have others too. I really like the Battlemaster. In fact, we actually have a lot of my favorites already. We've got the Battlemaster. I love the Battlemaster. I mean, it's in the name. He's the Battlemaster. You know, he might not be like the Annihilator, but he's fast. So he's a master of so many different kinds of battles just because his speed will not let you down. If you build him right where you don't get too greedy, he's more than capable of cutting enemies down. I really like the Cyclops. Unfortunately, even though you can see his antennas in the back, this game doesn't seem to depict his advanced sensor systems. The Cyclops is typically known for its highly advanced, like, cyber warfare package, basically. It is depicted in the BattleTech strategy game, for example. There's 3 different types of Cyclopses. And, or Cyclopi, I think that's plural for multiple Cyclops. But, one of them increases the initiative of all your battle mechs by 1, which is, like, insane. I use it in, like, pretty much every formation because of that. And then, you know, we've got the Annihilator. It's one of my 2 favorite, what do you call it, Inner Sphere designs. I mean, it's like a Star League design. I mean, like, right at the very, very end. I mean, most of these mechs are Star League designs, but this is, like, a very late Star League design. I believe even the clans had used it for quite some time just because it was introduced so late. And let me tell you, this is a mech that even a clan battle mech would struggle to outshoot the Annihilator simply because it's a very advanced late Star League era design. So it is advanced enough where it hasn't really fallen behind the clan tech curve as badly. Oh, it looks like I might have lost the weapon. Oh, I lost the small laser in the process. Not a big deal. Put the small laser back in. There you go. I mean, as you can see, like, because these are lost tech weapons. LBX tech is lost tech. double heat sinks or lost tech. If this were like a clan refit, it would have ferrofibrous armor, endo steel internals, and then it would have all double heat sinks and small pulse, or it would either have ER small lasers or small pulse lasers. Like, it would be even more advanced than this. But like I said, this is not, it's not to be trifled with. And when we get the King Crab, we'll have like the Bash Brothers. We'll have, you know, the King, both of these mechs, they just take their concepts to the extreme, and I really like mechs that take things to the extreme. This mech is like, I don't know, is 4 AC-10s a good idea? I have no clue, but we're gonna try it anyways. Whereas the King Crab is like, is 2 AC-20s a good idea? Who knows, but I'm gonna try it anyways. Both of them would fry an Atlas. Like, the Atlas, I'm not gonna take it away from it. The Atlas is definitely the king of 100-ton warfare, just because it's fast enough and flexible enough to adapt to more types of battle. The Annihilator is not flexible, but you wouldn't deploy it for flexibility. You deploy it when you need to annihilate, and when that's all that matters, that's when you deploy the Annihilator. Definitely a mech that is allowing me to profitably complete pretty hard missions, and you can expect to see this mech likely to the very end of the campaign, just because I have a strong feeling that we'll need to annihilate enemies. At any rate, let me know what you think down in the comments section. Which of the 4 assault mechs did you like? Which of them did they perform the way you thought they would? What did you think the Annihilator was going to be kind of goofy because of its kind of bizarre appearance? Let me tell you, it's not goofy. Also, the one thing they don't depict is, can you imagine trying to pilot something when you constantly have, like, just a hailstorm of these little explosive shells hitting your cockpit? Like, can you imagine it from their perspective? You're just constantly having your BattleMech just rocked, like it's like you're basically in like a roller coaster with this thing just constantly spraying explosive shells at you, and it's shotgun spray. That's one thing that, you know, we don't get to experience from the receiving end, but that's one thing that, yeah, you think about too. And then the 7 small lasers, like once your center torso is weak enough, the 7 small lasers, they just like are accurate enough to just like slice right in and like destroy the mech's core. And that's the end of it. So let me know what you think down in the comment section. If you got more suggestions, more battle mechs you want me to use, because it was Jim Struckman who wanted me to use the Stalker, and yeah, the Stalker was definitely getting the job done. I didn't do it as well as I could have, but that's more my fault for not watching my heat. But yeah, I'll use more battle mechs if you find them, or if I find them, and if you have suggestions for them. But let me know what you say down in the comment section. But that's the end of that. Like this video if it was entertaining. Subscribe for future BattleTech content. Well, the Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries content. Of course, remember that you don't have to be good to get good.